What a day. We hit mile 600 today. We got into some really cool rocks and some forest, better trail. Yesterday was brutal. A lady died. There was a ton. It was like straight up. It was so crazy. We went to probably 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 feet from like 2,000 feet. And it was hot. Not a lot of wind, not a lot of water. And the map really, in my opinion, the map didn't really show all that. I was the same way. It was unexpected to see all that elevation, but her body got airlifted out, I heard this morning. So really sad. I hope I didn't know the lady, because that would be really freaking screwed up. It's always sad to hear about a hiker dying, but especially when you know them. But oh gosh, I almost don't want to know who it was. But we hit mile 600 today, which is 500 miles hiked for me officially. Because again, I started at Warner Springs, which was 100 miles in from the border. I'll probably keep repeating that through my videos, just so there's no misunderstandings on why and what miles I'm doing. But really cool trail, smooth, sandy. It's all downhill right now. I got to do 22.5 miles today, 22.5 tomorrow, and then just 10 the next day with no food, which is what you want. So yeah, I'm feeling really good. I even got complimented on my leg muscle tone from a fellow hiker today. He's like, has anybody commented on your calves? And I was like, just my wife. No, I'm just joking. But I'm just feeling really blessed today, because yesterday was so brutal. It was a really hard day. I haven't had any cramps this whole entire trip in my legs, and I had cramps last night, and I had cramps a little bit today, just like real quick ones that I was able to stretch. But we're narrowing the gap to the start of the Sierra. Well, this is the start of the Sierras, but narrowing the gap to actually Forester Pass. It's really good conditions right now. The snow has melted enough to be, less snow, and you want a boot track to follow. But we have a team assembled, and we are all kind of just hunkering down and getting the game plan going for, going 8 days before a resupply. Like, once you get into the Sierras, it's a 40-mile round trip that you have. I mean, you'll see. I'll explain it when we get up there. But basically, you go down to Lone Pine off the PCT or Bishop, it's a 20-mile walk, and you have to walk back unless you get a ride, and then it's only like 30 miles. But it's just not tourist season yet, so the roads, there's nowhere to. I mean, if you get off on some of the roads, like, it's a gamble if you're gonna get picked up. So resupplies are really risky and waste a lot of time and energy. It's easier just to, I don't know about easier, but most people, I guess some people choose to just put on 8 days of food in their bear can. So you have everything kind of stacked against you for the Sierras. You have elevation, because you go up to 14,000 feet when you get to Whitney, but 13 something on trail is the highest point on the whole trail, and it's Forester Pass, which is like the first pass in the Sierras, or the second. I think it's like Walker Pass or Forester Pass. So there's that. But yeah, I'm feeling really good, and just that's what I was saying. Yeah, you have everything going against you. Sorry, I was thinking about this trail ahead of me. You have elevation, you have the heavy food carry, and you have a lot more. Some people get a lot heavier equipment. They get a warmer sleeping bag, they get crampons, ice axe. You're adding a little bit of weight, but a lot of weight actually. 8 days of food, oh goodness, it's like 10 pounds right there. Unless you wanted to eat nothing but Idahoan potatoes, which are just powdered potatoes. They don't weigh anything, but and they're super caloric. But I don't think anybody's gonna do that. I already got my resupply sent there. and it's got a variety. But yeah, I mean, you have your ice axe, that's extra weight. Your micro spikes are a pound. Your ice axe is like 2 pounds, and your food is like 10 to 12 pounds. But you don't have to carry water. There's a ton of water up there, so there is a trade-off there. But it's still not a trade-off because of everything else, just the elevation and all that. But today is the bomb. It's the best day on trail, one of the best days on trail so far, because the shade and the downhill grade. Picked up my 3rd marathon yesterday, 26.2 miles. It was pretty psycho, but I was able to, it's like 24 trail miles or something like that, but I did a 2-mile side mission down a canyon to get water, so that kind of sucked. But some people didn't do that, and in my opinion it kind of screwed up their 4th day out here, because then they have to do like a 20-mile day into town, or they have to do bigger days, all 3 of these days before they get to town to close that. Because the problem is you don't want to get to town on your 4th day at like 7 o'clock at night. So you want to calculate your miles, your campsite, with your water pickups, wherever those might be. So that's an unknown. That's the X factor. Campsites, semi X factor. You can kind of camp anywhere, but a lot of times there just is nowhere. Like, it's a rock cliff face. You can't camp. But this looks pretty campy. I'll show you. Like, you could cowboy camp right there just fine. You know, right there. That's what we did last night. We just found a spot like this, but it was in the dark. Like, we hiked till 9:30. But this really great trail. I mean, come on. What more could you ask for? We got a breeze. This is what you want out of the PCT. So this trail tends to eat your lunch, you know, one day, and then the next day it kind of backs off. So we're just grateful for that. But we had a really cool conversation today about bringing a miniature fly rod or a little fishing rod into the Sierras for protein, because if you get a California fishing license, it's like there's protected wilderness areas up there, but a lot of it's not. A lot of it's open fishing, and there's fishing in all the lakes, a lot of them. So, you know, do we want to smell like fish in bear country? That's the only thing. But I say yes, because protein is protein, and dude, that'd be so awesome. Like, there's people I'm hiking with that have never fished in their life. They've never fly fished. They've never caught a fish. They're like, yes. So the other conversation was chartering a sturgeon boat when we get to, what is it? Cascade Locks. Is it Cascade Locks? Yeah. Bridge of the Gods. We want to charter a sturgeon boat or salmon boat, depending on or both. I mean, they're 2 different types of fishing, but that'd be sick to have salmon gear down and catch a sturgeon at the same time. Like, get a double. One person's like reeling in a sturgeon and the other person's reeling in a salmon. I've seen crazier things. I remember one time me and my fishing buddy Roy Yeda, it was an epic year. It was like a one in a lifetime year for salmon running. Like, your salmon catch record card has like 25 slots on it. I had to get another catch card from the fishing licensing place, because I had filled up one entire card, marking them off. That's how many salmon we caught. But yeah, that was pink salmon. So just I don't know. I've had fishing on my brain lately. It's really crazy. There's a guy that's guided in Yosemite I was hiking with, and he also guides in Alaska. And I was like, no way. You guide in Alaska? I was seriously thinking about doing some just like halibut fishing or some sort of, I don't know, fish work up there, even if it's like fillet work or processing work or dock work or mechanic work or boat, like diving under boats, like scuba diving and like scrubbing the holes. Like even like in Seattle, it doesn't have to be Alaska, but I just want to work like no months of the year and just play all the time. But obviously I have to have some money. Oh, it looked like a shed antler over under this tree. That would be insane. No, there's no way. It caught my eye. I have to go look. Dude, if that's a shed antler, I'm going to absolutely lose my mind. Because I haven't seen any deer. We've seen... Wow, that sure looks like a shed. It's a snake. That looked exactly like a shed from the trail. But there's just all these campsites like this, just little meadowy places now. But yeah, I've really, since I've had some time to think about what I want to be when I grow up, I know myself, and I know it's so easy to get caught up in the race of life, just working 7 days a week, because that's just who I am. I can't say no to my customers because I'm a yes man. Like, I was in the emergency services business for years, so you just get accustomed to having your feet up on a Saturday afternoon and having all your stuff ready to go because the phone's going to ring any second, and that's what you do. You love your job, it's not a problem, and I did, so it wasn't. But I've now seen a completely totally different pace of life that I had forgotten existed since I was 12 years old, 10 years old, whenever I started work when I was a kid. But right now I'm just a big kid on a summer vacation doing some really epic stuff that I don't know, I didn't think was possible. But I couldn't have done it without all you guys helping me. So I have a really cool surprise planned for when I'm done with the trail, and it's gonna be epic. So, well, that's the first time I've seen bear poop. Okay, so now we're in bear country. That's a development. But yeah, there's been no deer out here. It's so sad. I don't know. I think it's the water. I just think I was talking with this guy named Electro. He's kind of one of my Sierra consultant buddies. He's in the automotive industry, like in Michigan, when he works, but he's really cool. Anyways, yeah, we think it's because of the water situation out here. Dude, I just keep thinking, I'm seeing these deer sheds everywhere. But anyways, sorry, I'm rambling. Oh, it's just such a nice day out here, and we are heading to town. We got 50 miles to go. Well, now like 30, 40, 30, I don't know, something 25, 35. Yeah, 40 miles to go to town. Lake Isabella and Kernville. So you can go to Ridgecrest. You can go to, there's a ton of different little towns, but I've been told Kernville is a nice little, cool little town to check out, but everybody just goes to Lake Isabella. It's big, everything you need. But, alright guys, this was a very long video. I know, I apologize, but, yeah, I guess I had a lot to say, but, yeah, just love you guys, and, I'll try to keep you posted when I get some service here.